do. So the first thing that I always do is I put on my Glorious Face and Eye Primer, and this is going to help that holiday makeup stay in place all day long and fill in those fine lines and wrinkles. So there is the Glorious Face and Eye Primer. Whatever you have left on your hands, you can use that to smooth out your hair. My wild locks today. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the BB Flawless, and I absolutely love this for the winter time. I'm currently waiting on my Liquid Touch to come in the lighter shade, but the really nice thing about the BB Flawless is that it's really versatile from a color standpoint because it's lighter coverage. If you want to kick it up a notch, you can definitely do that with mixing in some of your Skin Perfecting Concealer. I love to do that. Just a little bit or a lot is going to change the shade of your BB Flawless, but this is perfect. I don't know about you all, but my skin is starting to get really dry, and I'm normally a pretty oily person, and this is so hydrating. It has that moisture built right in, and like I said, this is a little bit of a lighter coverage, so you can kind of see what that looks like when I put on that first coat. Very, very light. So if you're not a makeup person but you want to feel hydrated and get a little bit of coverage, definitely check out the BB Flawless. I am, like I said though, I'm going to mix in a little bit of the Skin Perfecting Concealer. So I'm going to take a little bit of BB, and then I'm going to take my Skin Perfecting Concealer in Taffeta, and I'm going to kind of mix that in and rub that between my fingers and put that on. And I'm just using my hands, but you can use a beauty blender, you can use your foundation brush. I just like to use my hands for this particular product, the BB Flawless. So there you can see we're starting to build on that coverage. Okay. So there we have kind of like our base coverage, and then you can go in and you can definitely build upon that even more if you want more coverage. But again, I'm just kind of putting on a little bit of foundation because I mainly want to focus on my eyes look today. Then also one of the things I think is great for the holidays is the Sculpting Trio. I use a variety of the products to do different types of contouring, but I'm going to use the Sculpting Trio for my holiday pictures. So I'm going to start out with that contouring cream, and I'm going to use my contour brush. This is a double-sided brush, so I'm going to use the paddle side, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that cream, and I'm going to come from my hairline and look at where my cheeks are chiseled and draw that line. Now I know it looks intense, but what we'll do is we'll go back in and we will blend it out. And you don't want to go all the way to your mouth because then it will look like you have unnecessary facial hair. I like to do along my forehead to make my forehead appear a little bit smaller, and then come down along the side here to connect, because what we want to do is draw that number 3. Okay, and then I'm going to come down along my jawline to get rid of any double chin that I might have going on. Like that. I'll connect it there. Okay, so now that we've done the contouring outline, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and press in along my nose here, not putting any more contouring cream on my brush. I'm just trying to make my nose appear a little bit slimmer. We're going to take that brush and blend. because we don't want any of those harsh lines. And then that gives you a much more natural contoured look. Okay, just like that. Then what I'm gonna do is I am going to do a little bit of concealer underneath my eyes. I'm going to be using the Skin Perfecting Concealer in Scarlet, and I'm just gonna draw a little triangle to help highlight underneath my eyes. And you can use a concealer brush to be a little bit more precise. I like to use my foundation brush. So again, highlighting helps to bring some definition and shape to your face, because when you put on that foundation, it kind of makes you one-dimensional, and then when you add in the highlighting and contouring, that gives your face a little bit more depth and shape that you have control over, a shape that you want. Okay, so now that I have done the basics with the contouring, then I'm going to go in and I'm going to take the powder here in the middle, and I'm going to take the this side of the brush, I forget what side of the brush, this is the paddle side, this is like the angled side. And one of the things I really like about the Sculpting Trio is if you don't feel comfortable contouring and highlighting, it gives you the instructions right here to tell you where to put it. So here it tells me where to put the powder. And that's what I look at as I put on my makeup, even now, just to kind of remind me, oh hey, this is what I should be putting where. And I'm gonna go underneath where I put that contouring cream to, again, really get that definition. Okay. Just like that. You can go in, you can do more intensity if you want. I just wanted to keep it really simple. Then what I'm going to do is, to get some rosy cheeks, I'm going to use my pressed blush and my blusher brush. And I'm just going to put a little bit of product onto that brush. You don't need a lot to get some really nice color. So I am wearing the color Seductive, just like that. Rosy cheeks. Okay. And then what we always do, blend out. And I blend with the powder puff brush. I love this brush. Just like that, okay? Now, one of the things that I absolutely love is the Lip BonBons Tinted Lip Balm. This is Red Velvet Cake, and especially now with my little guy, I can kiss all over him, and it's just a little bit of color, which is perfect. Love it. Then I'm going to take my eye primer. This is different from the face primer in that it is a little of different texture and color. So the face primer is clear and the eye primer is more of a tan, but you can see it goes on clear, and you don't need a lot. And this is going to help your eye product stay in place. It's a little more grippy. I know that's not a very technical term, but it allows that product to really hold in place, prevent creasing, last all day long, all that good stuff, okay? So I'm going to do my holiday eye look entirely with the Splurge Cream Shadows, and I'm going to use the Cream Shadow brush. I'm going to start out with Skeptical, which is a shimmery black color, and I'm going to take a little bit of that product. I'm going to mix it in the jar a little bit, and I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply it to my outer corner and upper crease line. And I'm not applying a lot of product. You can bring that down along your lower lash line. And I'm going to clean up that line later. Okay, again, I'm going to take a little bit more product and I'm going to put it on the back of my hand just to get any kind of clumps out that you might have. And I'm just going to put that it's like a sideways number 7 type thing that we got going on there. This is going to make your eyes appear a bigger and bring a little bit more depth to your eyes. And I like to put the color right above where your eye when it's open so you can still see the product, the movable part of your eye. Looks like I got a little bit right there. Okay, so this is Skeptical Splurge Cream Shadow. You can see I did not use a lot of product and you get really good coverage, okay? I know you're thinking this is kind of a hot mess look. Bear with me, I promise it will get better. I only have one Splurge Cream Shadow brush, so what I like to do in between is use my Bobbi Brown brush cleaning spray because Unique doesn't have a product like this yet, and I just take a tissue and I spray a little bit of that product on the tissue and I wipe the brush off, and that gets that product off the brush in between washes or in between product application. So there we go. You can see, especially with that being black, this brush is normally like an orangey color. We got a lot of that product out. Okay, so the next color that I'm going to take is my Splurge Cream Shadow in the color Happy. It's a matte gray color. Wiped it off the back of my hand. The matte product has a little bit different texture than the shimmer, but I'm gonna push that onto my eyelid like that. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of the, we want to wipe our brush off in between, so that's that happy color on my eyelid, and I just again took my tissue and the Bobbi Brown brush cleaning spray and wiped off any excess product on my cream shadow brush. And now I'm going to take the color Victorious and I'm going to just put that up along my brow bone, just like that. Now the really nice thing about the Splurge cream shadows is that they are a cream to powder finish, so once they dry you can blend it out with your regular brushes. Okay, and the last product that I'm going to use is the Splurge Cream Shadow in the color Happy. This is such a beautiful bright pink color. You all know I love to have shimmer and brightness right here in the inner part of my eye to help brighten things up. Okay, just like that, and I'm gonna let that dry. Then what I'm going to do in order to get rid of those lines and to blend everything out, I'm going to take my Deluxe Brush and I am just going to blend this whole look out. And then the last thing that I like to do is I like to clean up any lines. So again, I just take where I was using my concealer brush or my foundation brush with that Skin Perfecting Concealer in Scarlet. Whatever's remaining on that brush, I just clean that up like that. So there is my holiday makeup look using the Splurge Cream Shadows. If you have any questions about this look, please don't hesitate to ask, but my little guy is a little fussy, so I'm going to jump off here and I will be sure to show you a picture with my lashes and eyeliner. But yeah, thanks for jumping on and have a great day.